know, I'm Ashley.
I'm John.
Man, 2017 has been a great year for video games, but could 2018 top it? Look, it sounds crazy, but we've got a ton of upcoming games that we're looking forward to. They range from very well-known franchises to some new faces to some games that some of us thought would never happen.
So, with that all in mind, let's get to our list of the most anticipated games of 2018.
And it's hard to put these in any specific order, but let's at least start with SpiderMan for PS4.
Yes.
Now, this might be one of the most anticipated exclusives for PlayStation 4, and developer Insomniac has shown fans some tasty footage of a grown-up Peter Parker fighting crime and battling villains like Kingpin and Mr. Negative. The story follows Kingpin getting arrested and Peter vowing to live a more normal life. But yeah, good luck with that. Then enter Mr. Negative. We've seen some Arkham-style gameplay already that shows off some Spidey web slinging, creeping up on bad guys, subduing them in creative ways. But this does look like one of those games that could just knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
I mean, Insomniac does a good job. I liked what they did previously with Sunset Overdrive. I thought that was a really good start to the formula. That game didn't quite take off the way I always hoped it would. But if they were to have that style of play with Spider-Man.
Also, contrary to some people's opinions, I liked the new take on the costume. Apparently, when the trailer came out, the costume got a bit controversy because, like, there's white in his costume. But, like, I've read comics for so long that, like, they do iterations of costumes so often. You're like, yeah, that's pretty normal for them to do crazy things like that. I liked it.
Well, and it's cool to have something unique for
Oh
this
my
game.
God, new stuff?
Also, I'm sure there will be a lot of costumes. There will probably be, various different...
You're gonna find costumes.
Yeah, some of them can have white on them.
Good. We'll move on to Anthem for PS4, Xbox One, PC. It's for a fall 2018 release.
I didn't realize it was intended for that soon. Bets it makes that. That's getting delayed. I bet it's getting delayed.
Oh yeah, that's like what they say right now. That ain't gonna hold at all.
But theoretically, at this time, it's planned for 2018.
Yeah, it's from BioWare. It's their big new game, and hopefully it'll be received better than this year's Mass Effect Andromeda.
I mean, good thing. Fingers crossed.
It's a low bar too.
Well, it is, but they turned Mass Effect over to a D team in order to focus their A team on Anthem. So all I'm saying is I have some expectations.
Yeah. Like Destiny, Anthem is a sci-fi shooter that's set in a shared world. You play as a freelancer who wears a javelin exosuit while you battle aliens.
All right.
There's also a big emphasis on playing together as a party, and with the lackluster response to Destiny 2, there might be an opening for this game to slide into.
At the very least, the gameplay that we have seen of Anthem looks beautiful. It looks absolutely stunning.
Yeah, it's been very limited, and because it's so far away, I think I've already gotten an idea where I'm like, I'm not holding my breath. You might screw this up. Like, this might be a really good trailer, is what this is. Because I've been burned before with that kind of stuff. I want this game to be good, and I want it also just to be, better than the Destiny 2 is fun, but it doesn't grab you to play for forever. I want a fun game that's going to grab me to play for quite a while.
I think the other big risk for Anthem is because it's BioWare, because it's being published by EA. EA is going all in on the loot box front, or they have been. It may be now that Battlefront 2 has not done great and they're seeing backlash to that kind of mechanic in a retail game. Maybe they will not have this for Anthem, but at the moment...
Maybe we could get good things?
Maybe there will be things like lessons and course corrections. But at the moment, that's one of the things that I'm concerned about for Anthem as well, is that it might have those. But if it can come out, if it can not have loot boxes, if it can have the magic that BioWare has shown that they're capable of with, say, the initial Mass Effect trilogy that were so great, this game has a lot of promise.
Mm-hmm.
There's promise there. I'm scared, but it's not hopeless.
Yep.
We also, though, speaking of capable of great magic, got God of War. So that's coming out for PS4 early 2018. And we're talking, hey guys, it's Kratos with a beard. Mm-hmm. What more do you need? It's what do they call it? Dad of War. It's one of Sony's legendary first-party franchises. This time we're going to see him in the world of Norse mythology as he raises his son Atreus to become an ass-kicker like his dad. There's been a lot of hype around this one for years. The gameplay that we saw of this, a year and a half ago at E3 looked beautiful. Lots and lots of hype around this one. It's estimated to be way longer than any of the God of War games that have come before. It's estimated to be 25 to 30 hours, where the previous God of War games were all somewhere in the range of like 9 to 12 hours. So this is very ambitious for them. And best part, you get a lightning axe this time around. What more do you want?
Yeah, I've played...
Got a beard? Got a son? Got a lightning axe.
All the good things. That's on my Christmas list. I've never played a God of War. Never had really a desire to play a God of War game. I saw this and it made me want to play it. So this might be my entry point into this franchise, and hopefully it's a good entry point.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's starting a new era, so you don't really need to have played the previous ones. It seems like there will be plenty of nods in there for those who did play the older games, but it seems like they want to create this as a jumping-on point for new fans.
Which is good, because the franchise is years old at this point, and you definitely need new people to want to be interested.
Yes. Also, Crackdown 3 is one that we should talk about.
Yeah, this one's for Xbox One, PC, and it'll come out in spring 2018. This much anticipated sequel puts you, again, as a cop in an open world game as you catch bad guys and break pretty much everything you can see.
Break buildings!
As you use power-ups like jump jets and bazookas. It's got an online co-op mode. Oh, and you can play as Terry Crews. That's a plus than any game.
That's like instant game of the year right there.
Yeah.
I think the Crackdown, it was going to be released in 2017. I think that it being delayed into 2018, even though that then impacted Xbox's games lineup for the year, I think was a good call to delay it. Some of the gameplay that we saw looked like it needed more time. The graphics that we saw looked like they needed more time, and I think that this is one of those games where that Shigeru Miyamoto saying of a delayed game is eventually good, but a bad game is bad forever.
Yeah.
Saying, I think this is one of the games where that could really apply. This delay into the next year could get this game the additional time that it needs. I know it's already had a ton of time, but it needs some more. Also very, very promising, Far Cry 5. Now this is coming out, this is a multi-platform game, PS4, Xbox One, PC. It is scheduled for March 27th, 2018, and we've already heard a lot about it. Instead of being off in some exotic locale, instead of being, Africa and islands and all these crazy places that Far Cry has taken place, it's set in rural USA. To be exact, you're in Hope County, Montana, which has been overtaken by a religious cult, and you're trying to stop them. And while, there's the usual arsenal of guns, this one also adds aerial dogfights, which is awesome all on its own. A lot of cool characters who are all trying to take their town back. You get a dog with hustle sticks. It looks overall like, at first, I wasn't sure if I would want a Far Cry game set in the US, because I did like all of the exotic settings that they had before. It seems like this one's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah,
again, very similar to God of War. I missed the Far Cry train, but somewhat was interested in it just because my friends played it a lot. Saw the concept for this and was immediately sold on out of just sheer curiosity of what this is, which I think is probably what, again, a advanced series in its 5th iteration needs new people to come in, and doing something very different like the rural setting is, in my opinion, a good call, and I'm very excited to see how it pans out.
Far Cry is one of those franchises as well that's really benefited from risk-taking. The first Far Cry was a lot of fun. Far Cry 2 felt like it took a lot of chances, and not all of them worked out. Far Cry 3, I think, is where the franchise really found its feet. Let's not talk about the console iterations, because those were super weird and some of them worked better than others. But Far Cry 3 was absolutely spectacular. I think that's like the shining gem so far. Although then there was also Blood Dragon, which, is...
Now, Blood Dragon I actually did play, which is oddly enough.
Right, but that's another one of those like risky deviations that they took a chance on, and it worked out great. Far Cry 4 felt like it was less risky to
4
some
was
degree.
a way quieter release than 3, if my recollection is correct. Because I remember 3 coming out, everyone going crazy about it, and 4 just kind of dithered into obscurity.
Yeah, I think 3 also the villain of Voss was very like crazy and compelling and weird, and that helped that noise a bunch. So we'll see. They always do try to capture this really compelling villain, and they've got this cult leader for Far Cry 5, and based on what I've seen of the trailers and the gameplay and everything, it's very, very promising.
Yeah.
And again, this is a risk. They haven't done U.S. locale yet, so that's really cool. I'm really optimistic about it.
Yeah, what I've seen so far looks good. We definitely got to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Another game based in the U.S.
Yes, PS4, Xbox One. It'll be at this point coming out in spring 2018.
I hope it sticks. I understand if they want to delay it, but I hope it sticks because I want to play it.
Everyone is just waiting for this one. This has already been delayed once, but hopefully the wait will be worth it for this sequel. I mean, okay, it's actually a prequel to the very well-regarded 2010 game.
Pre-sequel.
A trailer from Rockstar showed off Dutch van der Linde, who you might remember was the ringleader of the gang that John Marston hunted down in the first Red Dead.
Well, in Red Dead Redemption itself, not Red Dead Revolver.
Yes. And then there's the open world Western action that we've come to love from the Red Dead franchise.
This Red Dead Redemption is where I entered. I didn't play Red Dead Revolver when it came out. So I played Red Dead Redemption, and it was one of those games that I didn't realize ahead of time was going to take me by storm. Mm-hmm. And it was such a great experience that I would find myself traversing the entire huge map on horse instead of fast traveling, because I would find myself in a lightning storm with the rain lashing down, and then I would come out of that into this stunning sunset, and then the stars at night, and just every moment in that world was a treat.
Yeah, it was also kind of Rockstar's, it felt like their call of, we're not a one-trick pony. We got this other great idea that and people grabbed onto it, and the reaction.
Table tennis. It turns out their one trick is actually table tennis.
Yeah, remember that.
Everything else is just an exception.
Still waiting for that sequel. But yeah, Red Dead 2. I'm chomping at the bit as well to jump into. I love giant open world single player games like that. That you get to just get immersed in that kind of and that genre, the Western genre, is I think a genre in gaming that you don't get to explore very often, and so I'm very excited to do that.
Also, though, this is a game that got delayed out of 2017 into 2018. Ni no Kuni 2 Revenant Kingdom. I am a sucker for the Ni no Kuni games. Game. At
really? You don't strike me as the demographic.
It's coming out for PS4 and PC. Right now, it's scheduled for March 23rd of 2018. It's been delayed a few times at this point. It was delayed from 2017 into 2018 and then has received another delay back to its current March date. But I'm still very, very excited. Well, also, I'm crossing my fingers. It does come out in 2018. I think it's unlikely to slip too much further, but still. The series is known for this amazing, beautiful art that's very, very reminiscent of the style of Studio Ghibli. It's just stunning, and you take control of the character of Evan Pettywhisker Tildrum, a king who was deposed from his castle, and you're trying to reclaim your kingdom. And if it's got, it's going to have similar gameplay, but refined with added systems from the first game. It's everything I could ask for from Ni no Kuni 2.
Yeah, this is definitely a game in this franchise in general that I'm sold on it on the look alone. Like just that the art style of the game. I'm like, all right, I want to see how that looks playing the game. I don't know anything about this.
Did you play Ni no Kuni?
No, never even heard of it before. Like this, actually got announced and looked back at the first one. But so I know nothing about the story mode. But just looking at how pretty it is, you're like, well, I can't just avoid that completely. I got to see how this looks.
Yeah, and I think if you get an art style that's that charming and that inviting, you can forgive it certain flaws. Ni no Kuni was not a perfect game.
Yeah.
But I was compelled through it partially because the world was presented in such a charming way that I loved spending time in it.
I hope the sequel will be good.
Yeah, I'm super optimistic about it. I'm very excited. I may not, be entirely unbiased on that just because I want to like it, but that's also most of these games.
Yeah.
So.
There's also Monster Hunter World. This will be for PS4, Xbox One, and PC, thankfully. It's a January 26, 2018 release.
And there's already been an open beta.
Right, so this is coming up. This is the 5th primary game in the Monster Hunter franchise, and again, you'll be tracking and hunting large monsters using a variety of weapons.
Wait, you hunt monsters?
Oddly enough, they just stamped it right there on the box.
Huh.
You'll be hunting some giant beasts like dinosaurs and dragons, and this installment will feature much larger maps, seamless transitions between zones, and 4-player online co-op.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, that's the part I'm really excited about. Monster Hunter World will also allow players worldwide to play together, which is a first in the series.
This game looks great. One of the, Monster Hunter's always had this really cool scale to it.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're hunting these enormous monsters, it's like, you want to go hunt a dinosaur? Cool.
Yeah.
You know, and anyone who's played the beta has, I haven't spent time with the beta myself, but I've heard really, really promising things from those who have.
Yeah, I watched a few reactions and some reviews from when the beta came out from people who have a pretty good perspective on that kind of a game, and it seemed generally everyone was excited about it, hoping that the full scale of the game will match how well the beta worked out. And this is another one that I'll be buying on PC and checking out, and looking forward to hopefully getting some friends on PC so we can do some of that co-op.
If anything, I'm already stressed by the number of good games that are coming so early in the year.
I know, it is kind of overwhelming.
Because also early in the year is Sea of Thieves.
Yar!
Yay! It's coming for Xbox One and PC on March 20th. It's a pirate warfare game. It looks like it could be a lot of swashbuckling and fun. They've had a technical alpha going already. They've got a beta kicking off, I believe it's early 2018. And you, in the game, you inhabit a shared world with other pirate players. And there's also crossplay between PC and Xbox One gamers.
That's fantastic.
Which is great. And it's also because it's a Microsoft title, you can move between whether you want to play on PC or on Xbox and take it with you.
Cool. I will not be doing that.
No, you don't have to, but if people want to, that's great. I remember
it's great for those.
when ReCore came out, I was switching between Xbox and PC just because I was so tickled by the fact that I could.
Yeah.
But it's going to be pretty cool that way in that all players are unified. There's also a really big selection of pirates and, obviously pirate outfits.
Outfits.
Pirate fashion is very important.
Very fashion.
And it also looks like the game's going to have it's a reputation system that culminates in you becoming a pirate legend. So as you're going through, you build up your own legend. And you're also dealing with this huge variety of threats, from fellow players to starving sharks, skeletal mobs. And it looks like
eat bananas.
You eat all the bananas. The banana thing was so weird, but it's really built its way into the game. It is a shared world, which was initially one of those things that I was a little bit skeptical about because sometimes I just want my own pirate experience. I really loved Sid Meier's Pirates, for example. And initially when I saw this, I was like, I could be that, except, 3D and in it. And that's not quite what it is.
Yeah. This one looks like such a playful style and a playful art that it'll be. I think it's a good setting for having that kind of shared world experience with the pirate world. We have a few, single. I mean, even Assassin's Creed Black Flag was your solo pirate world.
Right.
So yeah, I'm excited about getting to play this very silly looking game with some friends.
It's rare, so it's gonna have that. It's got that rare humor and the stylized graphics that I think will also help it to age pretty gracefully. And if you want to play by yourself, you can.
Yes.
They do have smaller sloop ships where you don't need a crew of players.
Yeah.
So there is that. You still inhabit the shared world, but you can go your own way if you want to, or you get your pirate crew together and get like some big ship and sail the 7 seas.
Oh, I'll be looking for my first mate. Okay. We're gonna rock this world.
All right, John's looking for a first mate, everybody.
Yeah, audition soon. Let's talk about A Way Out.
This I remember this was announced at E3.
Yes, so it's a PS4, Xbox One, and PC release for March 23rd, 2018. Again, coming up very soon, months away. One of the most interesting things about A Way Out is its concept. It's a game that's meant to be played in co-op only. You and a friend will play as prison inmates, Leo and Vincent, who have to work together to get out of prison and back to sweet, sweet freedom. It remains to be seen how gamers take to this concept, but we're looking forward to it. It has a really cool artistic style to it. Had a fun trailer that came out that looked like it's going to have a good story to play through. So yeah, I think it's a very interesting concept to make it co-op only. And so I think almost similar to like the Portal 2 co-op, if you can find that one person to play through, this could be a very memorable experience for you and your like friend that like to do that kind of stuff.
The developers also have good pedigree in so far as this is who made Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons, which was a great game and was a really neat use of using two characters. You controlled each brother with a different thumbstick, and that played into the overall story and theme. I know that sounds silly, but it was a really unique new game mechanic, and so that gives me a lot of confidence in the development of this one, because this is also a unique take on two characters working together and sharing a screen, even if you're both playing remotely. You can kind of see what the other person's doing. You're going about your lives. You have your independent schedules, but you have to come together to escape this prison. And
cool.
So a lot of that's just, it's a really cool concept. What I've seen so far looks very promising.
Yeah, and I just generally love co-op puzzle work, and so hopefully that'll be a big part of this game.
Yeah, absolutely.
With the prison escape being the theme, you would imagine that'd be part of it.
Yeah. Also, very promising looking. Detroit Become Human. Now this is an interesting one. It's coming out for PS4 early 2018. I don't know, Q1, Q2 ish. It's okay. Let's say it's think Nier Automata, but in Detroit. Okay,
right,
it's not
Nier
really
Automata.
that.
Put it in Detroit.
No, it's not that. But Detroit Become Human does have androids who become sentient, and the game explores a lot of concepts about what it means to be human, so they have parallels in that regard. The plot of the neo-noir thriller revolves around three androids, one who's escaped the factory where she was built, another who's hunting her down, and another one who is trying to set all androids free. And so it's a lot of free will and it's themes of slavery and what is personhood, and it features a ton of motion capture work. It's based on a tech demo from developer Quantic Dream from back in 2012. It's being showrun. It's directed by David Cage, who he does a lot of really unique games, and so I think I'm really curious to see how this one goes. It has a lot of mature themes as well. This was the game that had the trailer at Paris Games Week that got everyone all up in arms about child abuse.
Oh yeah, I remember that reaction.
Yeah, this was the Detroit Become Human trailer where because there's a segment in this trailer where you can see the child being abused, and it's what do you choose to do about it? And people who didn't understand, who don't really understand games all that much, saw the trailer and was like, oh no, you abuse children. But it does explore some really mature themes like that, like really like thoughtful real world stuff, and you can, not everyone likes what David Cage does, and so this game may not be for everyone for sure, but I think the themes of humanity explored through androids is a really cool thing, and I want to look at that a lot more.
Yes. Also, State of Decay 2 for Xbox One and PC. This will be a spring 2018 release. If you haven't gotten enough zombie apocalypse games, don't know how that's possible, but State of Decay 2 promises to scratch that Walking Dead itch with plenty of base building goodness. You'll be able to play co-op with 4 players as you scavenge for supplies and build up your camp. But make sure you don't get bitten, or your buddies might have to shoot you.
Yeah,
which is a thing.
Yeah, well, just the fact that, and they had this in State of Decay as well, that no individual character is safe.
Yes.
Was really cool that you can totally die, and then you just have to pick up as another survivor.
Right, they're gone.
Yeah, it's like, no, that was a thing.
Yes.
You don't come back from that.
It's not respawn, you just move on to someone else and have to hopefully secure their life for a little bit while.
Yeah, and State of Decay was a really fun game. It was a great proof of concept of the type of game they're trying to make, and so with them having the additional time and resources for State of Decay 2 to really polish that approach, it's going to be cool.
Yep, agreed.
Also coming out 2018, Soul Calibur 6. You guys, this is so many games. This is such a big year already. So Soul Calibur 6 coming for PS4, Xbox One, PC. sometime in 2018, unless it gets delayed.
Yeah.
We are expecting it to make it this year from Bandai Namco. It's about time, really. Soul Calibur 5 was released back in 2012, so it's been a while. Yeah. Those who've played the new game, I'd say that it adds some really cool new mechanics. There's Reversal Edge and Lethal Hit, but it's still approachable and fun to play, two things that are very important. And also, the guard impact system has been simplified, so that's some good news.
Yes. It feels, I was like, we're doing another Soul Calibur. How long has it been since
it's been a while?
It's been a while. It feels like that genre, I mean, hopefully with that much time, this will be a good addition to that whole series. It's like a staple of video games. Everyone's always known Soul Calibur for forever, and so seeing a new one looks interesting. Excited to see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll be a good one.
Yeah, I think that so far it seems like they're iterating and trying the right kind of new things. But we'll see what it's like when it gets into everyone's hands. Also, 2018, Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes, coming to Switch. No More Heroes was one of the standout franchises on the Wii back in the day, and now Travis Touchdowns back in Travis Strikes Again with a new dose of craziness and over-the-top violence, which I know doesn't sound very Nintendo when you say the word violence, but it's a lot of fun. The game is expected to be not so much a third installment as maybe kind of a series spin-off. This one stars Batman, the father of a dead assassin Batgirl who's out for revenge, only they get sucked into a video game console and are stuck in worlds based on indie games like Hotline Miami. So it sounds ridiculous, right? Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. That's the charm. I'm pretty stoked about it. I think that it's going to be a lot of fun.
About Nintendo not being violent. I mean, there's plenty of violence, and it's just not gory. It's not gory.
Yeah, fair enough. I just don't associate Nintendo with violence. But when you throw words like Hotline Miami in the mix,
I guess gore does go along with Hotline Miami.
But the No More Heroes franchise is super weird and fun, and I love that it exists. And I'm stoked that we're getting this installment or spin-off even. Anything really. It's going to be a lot of fun. And also it's a good exclusive. Nintendo's going to have more exclusives as well. Mm-hmm. They just haven't talked about them yet. I'm sure at the first Nintendo Direct of the year they'll lay a whole bunch more exclusives on us, but right now this is the one that we know about.
Yeah, they definitely are going to have to fill their lineup with a lot more, but limited amount, this is what we can talk about.
Yep.
Also last and certainly not least is Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah, this is for PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah,
I'm sorry, it's a myth. I still think Kingdom Hearts is a myth. At this point, my heart needs to think that.
It says 2018. We know that the most recent trailer has a release date of 2018 at the end. But given this game's notorious development history, we're still going to take that with a huge grain of salt.
I would love to see this game in 2018. I really would.
Yeah, everyone would. just know it exists. Kingdom Hearts 3 is expected to add a world from the Toy Story series and even a Big Hero 6 world.
I loved Big Hero 6. I feel like that movie was seriously underrated. It's such a great world. It's a lot of fun, and it also, the style of that fits so well with Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. Kingdom Hearts 3 is expected to close out the saga of Sora and the epic Keyblade War, but again, this franchise is legendary for delays, so don't get your hopes too high. I feel like they need to release it in 2018 just to prove something to everybody.
What, that they can put out a Kingdom Hearts game?
Yeah.
It's been so long, but also, because this is the sort of Square Disney tie-in, Disney has gobbled up so many amazing properties between the last game and this one. Disney acquired Pixar post Kingdom Hearts 2, if that tells you anything. So, we've got everything Pixar related. We've had a lot of really great Disney movies that have come out that have added all these new worlds to play with. And then we've also got Star Wars.
Marvel.
We've got all Marvel stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know how.
Now we have X-Men.
Oh, yeah. X-Men cannot make the cut. Love you, X-Men, but that would... too many delays already. And I think they need to just pick their worlds. Stick with it. Maybe we can get some sweet X-Men DLC.
They got to put some Marvel in there.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I would expect to see something to do with Iron Man, probably.
Yeah.
I would love to see something Star Wars related.
Well, even
that
Big
one
Hero-
might not happen. We'll see.
Big Hero 6 is Pixar and Marvel as well.
That's true. That's true. So maybe they'll be like, tick to that box.
Yeah.
Hey. But I treat the two pretty separately.
If it comes out. Anyways,
Yes.
that's our list of most anticipated games for 2018.
That's already a long list.
Yeah. Is there a chance we left any out that you thought we should have added? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to know.
Yeah, and for all your video game news for what's coming in 2018, it's going to be a big year, and we're going to be talking about all of it all year long. Make sure you like this video. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to the know. That's a pretty important step if you want to get all those videos where we're talking about all of these games as they come out, if they actually meet expectations, what's great, what over delivers, what under delivers. We'll talk about all
Who adds loot crates?
Where are the loot crates? Oh God. So make sure that you subscribe, and we'll talk about all that with you in 2018.
Happy holidays.